What's going on, melon farmers? D-Mac back with another fun little video that we're going to be doing. This is going to be a one-off. It's not going to be a series. It's just a little experiment. I went through, took like 4.5 hours, went through every single goalie in the National Hockey League and the American Hockey League. And I took all their attributes down. Every NHL goaltender is 50 overall, and every AHL goaltender is below 50 overall. Like every single one of them. And there was a bunch of teams that had like 8 goalies in their system. So it's like times 32. And you got to edit every single one of them. It takes a while. Anyway, the point of this little experiment was, what would league-wide scoring look like if every goalie was 50 overall? So I'm wondering, is scoring going to go down because teams like rally behind their horrible goaltenders, or is scoring going to explode? I left sim scoring on medium. I left everything basically stock the way it is. I put attribute effects on 10 out of 10 though. So if the goalies are 50 overall, they play like they're 50 overall. Anyway, this time I decided, why don't we do the Philadelphia Flyers? I know there's been a couple of comments. People go, do something with the Devils. You never do the Devils. Do something with the Flyers. You never do the Flyers. Stuff like that. So it's like, you know what? Fine. Today, we're doing the Philadelphia Flyers. This is going to be a one-off. We are going to keep the salary cap on. Once we get into this, I am going to very quickly show you across the entire league. Every goalie is 50 overall. So that should all work out just fine. So let's go to view lines. We're going to start with the Anaheim Ducks. Oh, where do we go here? We go Tendies. 50 overall. 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 As you can see, yes, I went through every single goaltender, and I didn't just like drop the first couple of attributes to get them down to 50. I went down. Remember how basically when you're creating a player and he's 50 overall or whatever, their stock attributes are basically at 66. Like every one of them is like 66. Well, the problem is I didn't want to take everybody's like poise, stuff like that. I didn't want to take their like puck play frequency away. I didn't want to take their poise away. So I put everybody's stuff down to about 65 instead of 66. That way I could leave their poise a little higher. That way I could leave their like puck playing frequency or whatever, aggressiveness or whatever. I could leave that up, and I could bring all the rest of their attributes down to 65. And that seemed to work pretty well for just about everybody. Anyway, so without further ado, I left all the lineups alone. Everybody's lineups are all left alone, so no worries there. But let's get to, as we always do, January 1st and see what league-wide scoring looks like and see which teams are suddenly powerhouses. You've got a lot of, look at Tampa Bay, right? Tampa Bay's a good team, but Tampa Bay also has the best goalie in the game. Same with like the New York Rangers. New York Rangers have a good team, but they got Shesty in the net. You know what I mean? It's like, now basically without that, let's see what happens. Anyway, I don't know if I've said it yet, but if you haven't already, scroll down, hit that level. All right, let's do it. Let's get to January 1st. Like I said, I'm just using Philadelphia as the team I'm controlling, but it is basically inconsequential who you control because we're looking at the whole league. All right, so now that we're at January 2nd, because there was a game January 1st, the Philadelphia Flyers are 8-22-5. Now, yes, I do understand as well that there's probably going to be some teams that with goalies that do get better as the year goes on because they have very young goaltenders. Someone, even like a Philadelphia Flyers team was Carter Hart, right? So the 8-22-5 Philadelphia Flyers. Kevin Hayes is leading the parade with 30 points in 35 games. I do want to go into the team stats first. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm pressing the wrong button. So we're going to go to the entire league where Vancouver is leading the NHL with the 25-10-4 record. Goals for per game, 3.67. So I think that is up a little bit, right? You got a team like the Toronto Maple Leafs with 4.19 goals per game, but they're allowing 3.49. So a lot of teams are still allowing a lot of goals. it seems like maybe league-wide scoring has gone up a little bit, but not as much as I figured it would. But Philly is like basically the worst team in the universe. So let's just see what everybody else is looking like. Oh, I gotta stop hitting that button. Jesus. I keep hitting the wrong button. Let's see. Austin Matthews with 63 points in 37 games. Not even at the halfway point of the season. And we have got, well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, I'm going to say 20, 21, 22. Well, maybe not Miller. So 20, I'm going to say 21 players at least on pace for 100 points this season. All right, well, we made it this far. Let's get to the end of the season and see how many freaking players get 100 points this year. All right, so to finish off the season, the Philadelphia Flyers ended up with a 26-48-8 record. So we did improve a little bit. Who led the parade? Of course, it was Kevin Hayes. He had a 59-point season. That's not too darn bad. Now, again, let's go take a look at team stats. Let's see which teams did the best. So we're going to go entire league. We had 6 teams finish with 100 points or more. Not too darn bad. Where did we end up? It was the Carolina Hurricanes won the league with 115 points. Colorado was second. Tampa was third. Ottawa was fourth. Wow. Washington fifth. San Jose was sixth. There's a couple surprising ones in there. The Leafs kind of fell right back, actually. But again, that's a team that scores a lot of goals per game. And just about every single team had more than 3 goals against per game as well. So now we go all the way down to the bottom here and figure out where the heck we ended up. Dead last. We scored 3.12 goals per game and allowed over 4. Not gonna win a lot of games like that. All right, so let's take a peek at the league-wide scoring one more time just to see how flippin' high it ended up getting. Here we go, entire league. Wow, Austin Matthews, 72 goals, 126 points. McKinnon tied him in points with 126. Rantanen with 115. Marner with 115. McDavid with 113. Ovi, 74 goal season. 112 points. Draisaitl with 112. Cooch with 109. Patty Kane with 104. Johnny Hockey, Teravainen, Crosby, Panarin, Aho, Timo Meier, Kuznetsov. Okay, so how many do we have here? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 players reached 100 points. And how many do we got here then? 7 of them got more than 110. Wow. So scoring definitely went up. It didn't quite go up as much as I thought it would, though. You know what I mean? Now let's look at some goalies. What do we got? A whole bunch of nobodies, like Levi Merilainen. One of the goalies in Ottawa's system must have grown the best, you know. But 905, 889, 899, 895, 906 for Sebastian Casa, 894, 906, 893, 904, 908, 884, 904. Jesus. So yeah, the scoring league-wide did go up. It wasn't as exponential as I thought it was going to be, but the league-wide scoring did go up. So the next thing I'm going to do is say advance day until the NHL season is complete. And then we are going to take a very quick look at the playoff tree. And then we'll see who's going to win the Stanley Cup. In the West, it is Dallas versus St. Louis, Colorado versus Winnipeg, Vancouver versus Anaheim, and San Jose versus Las Vegas. In the East, we got Washington, Pittsburgh. Oh, baby. After that, we got Carolina, Detroit, Ottawa, Toronto, Battle of Ontario. There you go. And Tampa versus Buffalo. So it's going to be interesting to see who makes it where. You know what I mean? So what we're going to do is sim ahead like 2 weeks until that round of the playoffs is complete. No, I don't want to do the scouty thingy. Actually, you know what? Let's just sim all the way to the cup, and we'll just look at the tree again and see who did what and just see how everything went. Let's see. Who do we think's going to win the cup? Who's going to take it all? It's Ottawa, Colorado in the finals. Oh, man. So the Colorado Avalanche did win the Stanley Cup in the 21-22 season. All righty. So, slow down. Now, we're going to go back and check out the league-wide player stats. The entire league. And Rantanen led with 26 points in 21 games. Kadri with 25 in 21. Mark Stone with 25 points. Crosby with 24. Mack with 24. Patches with 24. Ike with 23. Landeskog with 23. Taika Batherson with 22. Gino had 21. Quail Makar had 21. Nichushkin had 20. JT Compher had 20. Connie Brown had 19. Holy cow, flipping pies. Let's take a really quick look at that playoff tree. Maybe check out the awards. So here's what happened in the West. St. Louis took out Dallas in 7. Colorado swept Winnipeg. Anaheim took out Vancouver in 6. And Vegas took out San Jose in 7. In the second round, Colorado took down St. Louis in 6 games. Vegas took down Anaheim in just 5. Vegas versus Colorado in the conference finals went to 7 and Colorado won it. And then in the East, Pittsburgh took out Washington in the first round in 6. Carolina took out Detroit in 6. Ottawa took out the Leafs in 7 in the first round. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. And Tampa Bay took out Buffalo in a 4-game sweep. After that, Pittsburgh took out Carolina in 6 games. Ottawa took down Tampa in 7. Ottawa took out Pittsburgh in the conference finals in 6 games before being swept in the finals by Colorado, 4-0 for Colorado to win the Stanley Cup in real life and in this game. So, good on you, EA. I suppose. Anyway, so the moral of the story is, if you turn all the goalies down to 50 overall or worse, then, the scoring in the league does go up a little bit, but it didn't go up as much as I thought it was going to, but it still went up quite a bit. We had, it ended up being, 14 players with 100 points or more, and 7 of them had more than 110. So, yeah, scoring went up. Anyway, that's the end of this little experiment. It was just a nice quick one. It was fun. I mean, it took about 5 hours to prep, but in 20 minutes to film, and it's probably going to take 5 minutes to edit, and it's going to be 10 minutes long. So, you know what I mean? Anyway, it'll all be worth it in the end. Whatever. Anyway, that is going to do it for me for this one. If you haven't already, don't forget, hit that like button and subscribe with the bell icon for new videos coming all the frickin' time. And until next time, you beautiful melon farmers, have a good one.